Good morning and welcome to Sim's Homestead. Going to do our chores this morning. Talk about some of our projects. Good morning, Dixie. How you doing? What you doing? You bite anybody this morning yet? This is the front of the house. We're going to do a faux log cabin. We're going to put log cabin siding on the front of the house and there, and rock on the bottom, and we're going to do accent walls on the inside with log cabin siding. So that's a project on the agenda. And the feed shed is going to get moved to the back, and we're putting a market here and an outdoor kitchen, and it's going to be similar. It's going to be a post building with two sides. One side, the back side, will be the outdoor kitchen, and the front side will be the market. We live right off the highway, and there's out front, there's parking, and people will be able to come across the bridge, a little bridge across the ditch, and then as you see with these two posts is going to be the entrance into the market area, where we're going to have eggs and produce and other things available to the public for sale. And that's just a few of the projects that we've got, but we have other things going on also. So this is pretty much what we do every morning. Have coastal hay and peanut hay. Coastal hay, not real high quality hay, but we supplement it with peanut hay. It has really rained. I mean, it's been last 2 days we've got about an inch or two of rain. There's already more rain the ground can handle. But the good news is it's October 15 is the official start of the dry season, and as today on into the extended forecast, they're not calling for any rain, so that's really good news, because I've had way too much rain. I've had enough. So we keep a half of a 5-gallon bucket back here to feed. So we used to carry what we needed back, but this has been a lot easier and works out better for us. We just feed a textured grain, all-purpose grain for cows, horses, and goats from Tractor Supply. Good morning, girls. Good morning. Hi, Nellie, Bella, Lily. Y'all ready for some breakfast? We done ate all your hay. Just a little bit in here. Morning, boys. What are you doing, Chester? Keep minerals and baking soda for the goats in here, and we have a salt lick here. Mineral lick, I guess, would be better to say. And we give them fresh water every day. Little boy. What do you want, Lily? You want your little extra you get? Lily's kind of spoiled. She's kind of gets pushed around by the other goats. So I always give her a little extra. I don't know. Oh. Gotta get the feed for the boys. We got a little bit of another kind of feed that we bought. Thought we tried it. The girls didn't seem to like it as much as the regular feed, but the boys liked it, so we're just finishing up this feed. You see, it looks really good. It's got a lot of corn and stuff in it, but goats don't seem to like change too much. I'm glad that the rain's about over with. I know that I guess it's been a while since we get a day or two every now and then it doesn't rain, but not too often for the last pretty good while. Good morning. Oh, I see you're in rare form this morning. Yeah, boy, you too. How you doing, Chester? Y'all didn't eat no hay last night. Didn't eat very much. I don't think you need any. I put a little bit in there. So I built this kind of give Chester, you know, they're bucks, so they kind of, at times they go at each other a little bit. I built this, and the little boy can't jump up here, but Chester can, so this kind of gives him a place to, when we put them up at night. We put all the goats up at night because coyotes will kill your goats. And when we first moved here, Betty seen a coyote and Dixie went after it. So we keep them put up at night so nothing will happen to them. I used to just scrape his place off because he just stays up there and poops and pees on things. So I used to just scrape it down on the ground, but it just makes a mess to have to clean out when we clean the stalls up. So I just found it easier just to, every morning, just to scrape it off. And it's really good for the garden. Get you guys some fresh water. That's probably going to be the next project. Is I'm putting running water and electric back here, so we don't have so far to go for water. And then we have, when the does are kidding and for, you know, and other reasons, to have lights out here at night. We're gonna probably have a light out here and a light or two inside. So, and then putting a water spigot on that post right there on the outside. So, and at some point, you know, I'm even thinking about maybe like an automatic water, like something similar to what we have with the pigs. But goats are kind of finicky when it comes to their food and water, and so if it's got like stuff floating in or whatever, they won't drink out of it. So I don't know. I'll be glad to walk around, not go squish. It's be nice. It's beautiful today. Not a cloud in the sky. You can just feel that the air's drier today. Humidity's lower. Winters in north central Florida, where we're at, is really nice. We put a splash of apple cider vinegar in their water. I'm not 100% sure why we do that. Well, I know why I do it, because Betty's told me to do it, but I think it's something to do with I don't know, their digestive health or something. I'm not sure, but you want some water? You don't want any? There you go. So the girls are done. That's what we do every morning and evening, actually, twice a day. Feed up. Boy, you too, buddy. He just started doing that, I don't know, maybe a few months ago. Now it's burr all the time. They hit about 2 years old. He's about, Chester here is about 6 months old. He's a registered Nigerian. Of course, they're all Nigerian endorsed, but he's a registered Nigerian, and he's naturally polled. You see, he doesn't have any horns, and they bred them out of them over time. You know, they just keep looking for goats with smaller and smaller horns, so they just bred them out. A lot of people have, when they're born, or after they get so old, they dehorn them. This to me is a pretty cruel process, but to each their own. And they have horns, and that's the really only natural defense mechanism. So we haven't had any issues with their horns, you know. I guess maybe if you got kids, maybe might be a reason to do it, but I don't know. How's the pigs this morning, Dixie? In the mornings, you let the chickens out out of the coop. What's up, Rick James? This chicken here, we hatched from the incubator. It's a cross between Copper Moran and Rhode Island Red. And then we got another one in the cage over here that isn't quite big enough to be turned loose with the other ones. And it's the same. It's a hen also. We had a few roosters. And we had them for Sunday dinner. Check the food. Well, looks like you fellas gonna need some food this afternoon. Or ladies, I said fellas. Ladies and one fella. Need some water. It's about a quarter. I'm going to give you some more water this afternoon. Looks like that's okay. I was going to show you our roost. It's not my idea. I seen it on another YouTube channel, but you know, we may end up putting a brooder back here in the back, or possibly, you know, more cages, or maybe nesting boxes, I don't know. But and also, you know, the chicken's roost at some point in time, you know, it's going to need to be cleaned out, so made this so put the roost on a hinge. And so then you can get them in here and do whatever you need to do. So, pretty good idea, I think. What's the pigs doing this morning, Dixie? I moved the feeder. It's just so muddy over here. They like putting their feet into the feeder because the ground just kept sinking because of the mud, and they were lowered in the feeder, and so they'd have to climb up into the feeder to get into it. So I ended up just moving it over to this side. I did that yesterday, and I just filled this up yesterday. Kind of get you an idea how much they eat. As a little bit bigger they get, they eat more and more. This is our third year raising pigs, and yeah, it's a lot better. They give, you know, each pen, which, you know, I've got both of them open, but they're 64 square feet. And then factory farms, they only give them 24 square feet. They're on concrete. It's a pretty miserable life, I think. I mean, I think all animals need to be treated with some respect and dignity, whether they're just pets or you're gonna eat them, you know. But they pretty much got all the food they want, all the water they want. Check this. I like to check the water just to be sure. I just filled it up, but get a leak or something. Yeah, it's about 3/4 of the way full. So the next project, we'll probably be running the water lines and the electric over to the goat house. And like I said, we're going to have to start on this project pretty soon. Of course, I've got quite a while. I think the Cornish chickens, which is what you buy in the store, are coming in a week or two. So got to get that, get a place set up for them. We usually just put them in a tote, but we only usually just have a few, you know, not that many, which 15, not a lot, but it's more than we've gotten in at one time. They usually send 2 or 3 extra ones, so probably about 18 birds. And the last thing I do for the morning chores is take care of the rabbits. And we really had no intention of getting rabbits. It just, we live right on the highway, and we sell eggs. We have a little stand out front. We sell eggs on the honor system. And people stop by with their animals, you know, and I guess, I don't know, they think we're veterinarians. I don't know. There's one guy come by with a prolapse duck. And there's always somebody's wanting chickens or goat's milk or something. Well, we had a guy come by with a rabbit, and asked us if we wanted it, and gave us all cages and heat lamps and bags of food. So we took them, and now we got rabbits. I guess we're going to breed them here pretty soon. Betty's been reading about them, you know, and I have a little bit. So we don't really know a whole lot about rabbits. If you know a lot about rabbits, be welcome to any comments. You're welcome to leave them below. But I'm sure, like everything else, Stella, or that's Stewie. They're mixed up. They look about the same. Stella's in the top and Stewie's in the bottom. So we give them a pelleted feed, and we'll check the water. Looks like they've got water. The rabbits, from what I understand and what I've read, have to have hay as their main part of their diet, and it, from what I understand, it helps with their digestion. And so we give them pellets, and I give them, I don't know, a pretty good handful of hay every day. Then I like to give them something fresh, a variety of different things. Sometimes I'll give them a quarter of an apple, or so today they're going to get some mustard greens. which they can't have a lot of. It's got some kind of, mustard greens have, I forgot the name of it, some type of acid. You know, they can have it, but they just can't have, you know, it can't be like their main diet. It's very nutritional. Mustard greens has a lot of vitamins and minerals, iron. It's really healthy. So I kind of come out here. I give them mustard greens maybe twice a week. Kind of pick some of the lower leaves that's kind of turning yellow a little bit. About, looks like there's enough. We just hadn't had some mustard greens. They're really good. This variety does really well in Florida. It's called Ethiopian kale, but it's actually in the mustard family. And it does well in tropical, subtropical regions that like we're in, and seems to tolerate the rain. So you see, it looks pretty good. Keep Dixie out of it. She's kind of stomped it down a little bit where she goes after the lizards. So I'm probably going to end up having to put a strand of wire, electric wire, around the garden beds at some point. Keep her out of it. The deer too. Deer doesn't bother these. They don't like mustard greens, any kind. They love sweet potatoes. Yeah, that should be enough. Here's the garden bed I showed you the other day. You see the carrots are starting to come up a little more, and a few onions are starting to come up. These aren't, I didn't plant them as bulbs, so I don't know how they're going to do. They're actually onion seeds, so I don't know how they're going to do. And the lettuce hasn't come up at all, so I don't know. May end up having to plant something else there. And then banana peppers. Look like a little bunch of them right in there coming up, but maybe one or two here and there. But I don't know. Hopefully things start drying out. It should help the garden quite a bit. It's just too wet. This is a pygmy date palm. It's got little dates on it that come on it, usually about this time of year. It doesn't have any on them yet. I mean, it has to be maybe a little older, I'm not sure. So let's see, we don't give them, let's give them something fresh. Well, thank you for coming to Sims Homestead, and we'll see you next time.